Righty ho, we're off again. We set off in about an hour. We are going this time down to Maribor in Slovenia. So we'll go down to the supercharger at Maribor just so we can get to recharge there. It's saying we'll take 1 hour 54 minutes to do the 197 kilometres, and we should arrive with around 28%. Probably arrive with about 31 because I'll take it a bit steadier. We'll take 2 hours or so to get there. Straightforward motorway I've got half an hour drive to get to the motorway, and then it's motorway all the way. And we will be trying out our new camping setup, our bespoke camping setup. So hopefully it'll all go well. If it doesn't, we're only 2 hours from home. But apart from a few small teething problems, I can't see us having any major issues. So we'll hopefully have a great trip, and we'll see what we get to see. One thing that I should point out on this is that when we drive on the motorways in Hungary, I have an annual vignette for any motorway in Hungary. So there's no problem. You can buy them for regions, or you can just buy short-term ones. You can buy 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, I think it is, and 1 year. So obviously we're out and about all the time, so we buy 1 year ones. And you do need that if you go on the motorway, otherwise it's quite a hefty fine. So if you're travelling from any other country, make sure you get your vignette online. And I've just bought a vignette today for Slovenia. Now, unfortunately for Slovenia, the shortest term is 10 days, 20 euros. Normally when we're going to Spain or coming back from Spain to Hungary, we have to come through Slovenia, and you do it in like 6 hours, 5.5, 6 hours through the country. So you're having to buy a 10-day pass just to do 5-6 hours. But we are going in for 2 days this time, maybe 3. So I don't feel too bad. And make sure if you are travelling in Europe, for example, if you're going to Austria, you need vignettes. They also have toll roads as well, on a couple of toll roads, which is a bit naughty if you've got a vignette. But anyway, Bratislava, you need a vignette, or if you're going up to Slovakia that way. In fact, I'll do a little video on who needs a vignette and what you need, actually. Croatia, no vignettes, it's just all toll roads. Italy, no vignette, all toll roads, and expensive ones in Italy. They do like to slap you. But anyway, so if you are travelling from anywhere other than Hungary or anywhere other than Slovenia to Maribor, make sure you get your vignette. I don't know what the fine is, but I think I've read somewhere it was about 100 euros. I've actually just checked online. It's generally, for the first offence, it's 300 euros, not 100. But that can be reduced to 150 euros if you pay it really promptly. And if it's multiple offences or repeat offences, it can be as high as up to 800 euros. So make sure you get a vignette for all these countries that need them. So as predicted, we got here with 29%. It's taken us just over a little bit longer than they said, about 5 minutes longer than they said. Really easy run down. The motorway is very, very quiet. And we're here at the Tesla charger now at Maribor. So there's 6 Tesla superchargers here. They're the old V2s, 130 kilowatts. I don't need the adapter for the charging. It's got the CCS as well as the Type 2 as well as the CCS. And it's right by a big McDonald's and a petrol station. And then there's masses of parking benches over there. I think we might come back here for the night, but that's yet to be decided. Following on from the charging that we've just done at Maribor, we've driven 20 minutes across town to a little wooded spot like this, down by a river. It is actually a bit busier than we expected. I think there's a river activity centre or something down there, so there's a few cars about, but no big problem. And we're trying out the cooking for the first time, so we've got a beautiful squash and chickpea curry there, squash from our own garden, of course. And then we've got the pressure cooker on to do the rice, and we're just having a little bit of a starter there with the no egg tofu mayonnaise, which we'll see how this goes. So it's 7 a.m. We've had a good 7.5, 8 hours sleep. We've been awake for about an hour, maybe just a bit less. But it got down to -2 degrees in the night when I woke up and checked my phone at one point. And -2 degrees, you can just see the frost on the windscreen next to us, the car next to us. It's currently 2 degrees positive though. But good sleep, toasty warm in here. We've got the aircon set at just 19 degrees, but it was super warm, super comfy, and very, very quiet, even though this car's been parked here all night. The McDonald's over there, we never heard a thing, so the cars are really well soundproofed. There is quite a few camper vans in this service stage. I don't know if you can see down the bottom there. Let's have a look. No, probably not. Yeah, cars, camper vans. But on the services, there is quite a few vehicles, and I think there's a few people slept. Looking out the other window, I won't move the camera around, but there's two motorhomes up there and a Volkswagen camper van. So people do use the services, and I think we're going to move the car just a bit further away from this services and make a cup of tea now, or a coffee. So we've moved to a quiet part of the services, brewing a fresh coffee. It is cold, hat and gloves. It's still only 2 degrees. You can see the frost on the grass, but it's fine. The only problem we've decided is if it was raining, you won't want to be doing this, so we then would be in the McDonald's for a coffee. But we've got the options. This is rather odd. Coming from Hungary, where everything opens early, sort of 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning, it's 9:30 on a Saturday morning in the centre of Maribor, and the cafes aren't open and there's hardly a soul around. Really weird. This is the River Drava that runs through Maribor, and we're stood by the water tower. They call it the water tower, although it didn't hold water, it was just protecting the trade routes for the Styrian wine that is famous in this region. And it was built in 1552, and it was also used to protect against the Ottoman attacks. I'm not sure where they came from, which side, up the river or over there. But anyway, they used to ring a bell when the Ottomans were thinking of attacking or looking like they were attacking. They'd ring a bell and the townsfolk of Maribor would flock to this area to prevent them getting into the town. So I assume they're coming from the other side. So it's 10 o'clock and the sun is shining and people are actually out again now. It's warming up a little bit, so it should get to about 13, 14 degrees today, hopefully. And we're just going to go enjoy one of these nice cafe bars. Maybe not one of these, we'll go further up. Yeah. Oldest vine in the world in the Guinness Book of Records, over 450 years old. And they do wines in there from the local region, the Styrinia region it is, I think. So I think we'll go try some of them a bit later. So just looking around at the Riverside Walk, and there's this really nice building. I like this building. The sundial on there, I thought, well, it's out, so now we're wrong. But that's obviously they don't adjust, or they didn't adjust for summertime and wintertime before. So it's just perfect. This building is from, it was restored in 1450. So it must have been restored again since, I think. But it was part of the old fortresses of Maribor. Again, just on the River Drava. It's a lovely walk along this riverbank. It's quite a lot of interesting things to see, and lots of bars if you want a drink, beers, wines, coffees, whatever you want. This is the busiest area we've found in Maribor so far, the Saturday morning market. Bustling, as you can see, although there are a few stalls that are not occupied. I bet they are busy in summer, but the prices don't seem too bad either. This is the inside of the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Maribor. I'm not a religious person, but I always like the buildings. Just annoys me of how much money the church had when everyone else was suffering. but that's just an opinion. Maybe you don't agree. This is the main square in Maribor Old Town. We've come through some nice little streets like this, just up from the cathedral, or just down from the cathedral, whichever way you're going. And it's really quite nice. But I've got to say, I know it's the first week in October, but it's not exactly bustling. And we've passed a lot of shops that have been boarded up or have closed down. So whether they're only open for summer or not, I don't know. But it's not what I would call a thriving city. So after enjoying a glass of wine in the main square in Maribor, we've come back to the car parked down by the river. Tangy peanut salad and no egg mayo, no egg tofu mayonnaise in sandwiches. Super lunch. So all there, busy car. Well, the car park's packed, but there's nobody here. Nobody about. Odd few people on the bridge. That's about your limit. We've driven up from Maribor car park by the river after lunch, and we've come to the gondola station. My brother-in-law would like this. Extreme, ski, outdoor, bike, yeah, everything you would like. And we're going to get the gondola. We can see where to get the tickets, but we don't know where the actual gondola is. We shall find it. We're in the queue. It's fairly heavy duty this. I think we're the only ones without bikes. Everyone else seems to be coming back down the fast way. We're coming back down in the cable car. Old knackers. At least the queue's going fast because there's plenty of cars. So these are mountain bike runs of varying levels of difficulty during the summer months, and then in winter they're ski runs of, again, the varying difficulties. Not being skiers or mountain bikers anymore, we don't really know the difference between what's what here. But we're going to get to the top.
Oh look, jump.
Oh yeah, jumps down there, bike ramps and everything. It's really well set up. You can see why it's so popular. Going away from Maribor up the mountain now. Should get a good view from the top unless the cloud cover's bad. Well, it really is some walk up. There's people walking up and there's a guy, or someone walking there. And we've just seen a guy on another bit who's cycling up the hill. Here he is. Wow. You must be fit, mate. Or crackers.
Nice view.
Beautiful view.
Beautiful view.
This trail below us is one of the mountain biking trails. If you don't like heights, don't come on here. Luckily, we're all right. Okay, so I admit it, the title was a little bit misleading. We didn't do the mountain biking, but there is some mountain biking to watch. Well, they're not the fastest,
No.
but they're faster than us.
Yeah.
People walking down as well.
And there was that lady that walked up in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then she started running back down again.
That's it, a girl who we saw at the top of the run. She'd walked from the base, taken 45 minutes to walk up, and she had about a 5-minute rest, and then she ran down. These people are so fit. So after the trip on the gondola up the mountainside there, we've decided to come back to the services where we spent last night before it gets dark. So loads of lorries here, they can park for up to 25 hours here, and cars as well, so you can have up to 25 hours constant. So we've been out all day, so we're all right to come back for the night. This area here, we could have parked in the car parking bit, but this area here is for motorhomes. It's actually on Park for Night, and you can park your motorhome up here. So good big spaces. If you are in a motorhome, you can come and use here. 24-hour toilets. We're cooking. We're having kodo millet with a lentil dal, sprouted beans, which we've done at home, obviously, and some what's that?
Chard.
Swiss chard. Yeah, so we're having some chard. They're from our garden as well. Now we're not pretending we've cooked the dal here right now. We're just warming it up. We cooked that at home on Thursday night, and kept it in the freezer, which because of the EcoFlow is super cold. In fact, it's probably colder than we've got at the fridge at home actually. But anyway, so we'll cook this, eat the meal, watch film on Netflix tonight, and then get the bed down and get our heads down. So I apologise for the rather abrupt ending here. I've lost a load of footage. I don't know what I've done with it, so I don't know where it was, but hopefully it wasn't too dull. And we've got the big trip coming up, which is obviously Hungary, through Austria, through Germany, through the south of Holland, into Belgium, into France, over to from Calais to Dover, up to St Albans, over to Stroud. Then from there we're going up to Liverpool, then from Liverpool to Harrogate, from Harrogate to Aberdeen, from Harrogate to Paisley, Paisley to Aberdeen, then all the way back down, and then coming down from the UK through France, over the Pyrenees and into Spain. So that hopefully will be all the footage. Hopefully it'll all be there somewhere. I don't know what has happened to the rest of this one, but anyway, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it but didn't hate it, still give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you again on the next video. Thank you.